Hello Leo, welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I've just reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited to finally get to that milestone. Thank you all so much. To everyone who has subscribed, I am so grateful. I know my channel wouldn't be what it is without you all, so I'm extremely grateful and I love you all very much. So if you decide to subscribe tonight, thank you. Thank you so much. I love you all and welcome. Okay, so those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action adventure love story on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One, book 1 here. I've read book 1 aloud live on Facebook, and I've uploaded all of those videos here onto YouTube for you to enjoy. If you've already read book 1 or you've watched all those videos, book 2 is already written and published and available. These absolutely beautiful, well-made paperbacks are available on Kindle Direct Publishing. They are only $15.99 each plus shipping. If you have Amazon Prime, your shipping will be free. Okay, so it's an entertaining way to learn about the path. I've heard that people heal from certain things after reading my books as well, and that's exactly what they're meant. That's to do. That's what Spirit asked me to write them for, to teach through entertainment. So give them a shot. Check them out. All the links for my books are in the description box below, including the link to where to purchase them. And the videos where I read book 1 aloud. It's free, so check it out. Give it a shot. Okay, so happy spring. It is a spring now. Spring has sprung. And I'm still using the same decks that I did last week. Now that the little pot of gold is gone, I've brought the ladybug back for your abundance visual. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what it is it's something that you can look at that gives off a certain vibration, and it brings you that vibration. So if you look at a little pot of gold under a rainbow, that is the vibration of abundance, as well as this ladybug here. If you look at the ladybug while I'm doing the reading, you get the vibrations of the ladybug, and look up the totem animal meaning or the spiritual meaning of spotting a ladybug, and you'll see why I have that there. Okay, so this week we're going to continue to use the Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and artwork by Marela Allwood. It's about the enchanted forests in Europe, mostly like England and stuff. Marela lives in the UK on the edge of one of these awesome forests, so her artwork really speaks to that. There's fairy tales mentioned in here. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful tarot that I have been really enjoying. I read the entire book. I use the energy that decks are made with, and so I read the whole book, and I know the story behind the cards and stuff, but I may still need to refer to the book, as I can't remember everything in just one weekend. At the end, we're going to use the Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay, artwork by Ginger Kelly. And because we're celebrating spring's return, we're going to use another of the new decks that I got recently. This is the Botanical Inspirations by Lynn Araujo. Okay, this is they're flowers. Okay, so the flowers have their own language, and ancient UK, if people exchanged flowers, there was a message behind them. And so that's what these are going to do. This is the artist, Pierre-Joseph Redoute, lived between 1759 and 1840. He painted Marie Antoinette's chateau, decorated her chateau. And then Empress Josephine invited him to the Chateau de Malmaison to paint the flowers in her garden. So it's a really, really beautiful deck that I'm excited to use. If I need to clarify any of the tarot here with another tarot, I've got the Rider Tarot, my cute, teeny tiny little deck here that I got through a miracle. If you want to know the story of that miracle, there's a link in the description box that says the story of my miracle of February 2021. Okay, so let's jump in. As a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will and major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint. Your divine blueprint is the plan that you created for your life before you incarnated in order to for you to encounter and hopefully learn certain lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration of your soul. As you learn these lessons lifetime after lifetime, hopefully your soul raises in vibration higher and higher until eventually at one lifetime you're able to be enlightened. Okay, so at the heart of everything here you have the 9 of spells. Spells are wands, fire energy. This is usually the wounded warrior energy, but in this deck, this witch, she is powerful. She is strong. In the Thoth deck, this card is called Strength. There is a Sagittarius influence here. This is an independent feminine. She is surrounded by the enchanted forest at night. She doesn't have a lantern. She doesn't have anything except her own confidence, her own power. And you can see that she's not even using a tool. She is so powerful, she is simply using her hand. Okay, and what she's doing is she's made a circle of her own power, and so she is standing in her power. It doesn't matter what's out there in the enchanted forest. It could be, menacing animals. It could be other wizards or witches watching her. She doesn't care. She's very strong. So this is you standing in your power. But I'm also feeling like you may be feeling a little defensive because you have to make this sphere to protect yourself. The next energy that we read is the energy that crosses what's at the heart of everything. And I just feel like this is how you're feeling right now. You are standing in your power publicly, like to the rest of the world. Anybody who's watching you, like these eyes in the darkness, you're standing in your power. But I just feel like this is what's going on inside. For those of you who skipped through my intro, which doesn't bother me, that's fine. Sorry about my chipped nail polish. You see that? I've been doing dishes and stuff and it just chipped off. So my apologies. Okay, so this is the 10 of challenges, and challenges are swords. This is air energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. The spells is fire energy, your own energy, along with Sagittarius and Aries. That's why there's a Sagittarius influence to that. Now, this could be you standing in your power or someone else. Okay, but I feel like for most of you it's you, but this is what you're feeling like inside. And the story behind this card, okay, so the 10 of swords is, when you've had it, you are exhausted, you've been stabbed in the back 10 times, and I tend to look at those swords as lessons, but it's what's going on in this picture here that is speaking to you this week. This knight was chasing a mythical beast, and he made it his life quest. And he's gone through a lot of battles. I mean, look at his sword. He's gone through a lot. Look at how he's bloodied, he's ripped, his stuff is really messed up. He's been through some really, really hard battles, but he still hasn't gotten that beast. In fact, the beast that he was after may not even be real. So what he's doing here is he's realizing that he's wasted his entire life. He's wasted all these battles trying to pursue a beast that maybe doesn't even exist. He was so caught up, he got carried away with this quest that he was on, and now he doesn't have the beast, he doesn't have a family, he doesn't have anything. He's just, except his horse and his battered, broken sword and helmet here, and now he's at the end of his life. He's wasted his life, okay? So I feel like there's an aspect of that for you going on right now. You want these backstabbing things to be over with. You want the challenge to be over with. But if you have to fight, you can. You will be fighting one last battle. Okay? But so this is a 9, this is a 10, this is a progression. You know, you are at the end of your rope in a way, except you do have the energy. Of course, unless this is somebody who's standing in their power with you, and that is causing you to feel backstabbed. It could be causing you to feel like you wasted time with this person. But for most of you, like I'm saying, I'm feeling like this is you to everyone else, like publicly, how everybody is seeing you standing in your power, but you're really inside feeling like you've wasted so much of your life. You've wasted a lot of time, and you've learned your lessons. The next energy that we read here is a major arcana card, and so this is important to your life's blueprint. And this is the unmanifested energy of the Council of Animals. This deck doesn't have reversed meanings unless it's what they call a people card, which is the pages, the knights, the kings and queens. They're called different things in this deck though, okay? But so all the other cards I'm reading, like if they're upside down, the energy is there, just not fully manifested. And since this is the past, the most recent past, there you felt like there was a judgment that was coming. And when you're traveling through the enchanted forest, and you're almost at the end, see, this is 20, it goes up to 21. This is an ending. This is your review. This is when the animals get together and make a judgment about your journey through their forest. Okay, but this never manifested. Okay, so it felt like some sort of ending was coming, some sort of judgment was coming, okay, and it never fully manifested. I'm getting a different message now. For others of you, this is there was a judgment, but it did not go in your favor, okay? So that could be why some of you were feeling like this, like, oh my God, okay, so this judgment not going in your favor is very similar to you not catching the mythical beast. You see what I'm saying? You may have wasted a lot of time in this battle. You know, if this was litigation, that's kind of a battle, right? And that it's very cerebral. The challenges are the swords, okay? And this was a huge lifetime of battles here. So okay, so that judgment didn't go in your favor, or it never fully manifested for you, okay? Now the next two cards that I'm going to read are future cards for me as a reader. And this is the Four of Boons, okay? So boons are pentacles or coins or discs. This is the Miser card, and the story behind this I'll tell you in a second, but this is basically greed, unreasonable greed, okay? Holding on to things, including your heart. So I feel like you're going to encounter this. I don't feel like this is your energy. I think this is coming at you. Somebody is going to be very greedy. Now the story behind this is that these are ogre wives. the wives of the male ogres that sit under bridges. And they made a bunch of pies to sell, and they set up as if they're going to sell them. But when people come by and try to sell them, they don't just shoo them away, they scold them. And as much as they love money, they're just not willing to separate with their precious pies. That's unreasonable greed. They went through all this trouble to set up this pie selling deal here, and then they don't sell their pies. In fact, they yell at people who try to buy them, and it just doesn't make any sense. So there's some nonsensical greed you're about to encounter. Now, boons are earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. It's all about your health and your wealth. And so I just feel like somebody's being greedy with something that doesn't make any sense, that they don't need to be greedy. They have plenty of pies. If they had money, they could buy more ingredients to make more pies. See, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, so the next future card that you have here is the Seeker of Visions. Okay? Now, the Seekers are the Knights, and the Visions are the Cups. So this is the Knight of Cup energy in the reverse. And what happened here, the story behind this card is this prince, or knight rather, I'm sorry, he's a knight. He saw this very, very beautiful woman down at a pond one day, or a lake, and she disappeared too fast for him to say anything. So what he does now is he goes down to that body of water every day and plays his harp to try to lure her back so that he can offer her his cup of love. So he's kind of obsessive here, maybe a little unrealistic, but because he's in reverse, I got to read his shadow traits. Okay, so Seekers. All right, Seeker of Visions. The shadow traits. This is a seducer, doesn't commit in relationships, unrealistic understanding of love, prone to flights of quixotic fantasy, and not grounded in reality. Quixotic. I wrote down what that means. Let me just find it. Okay. Quixotic, exceedingly idealistic, unrealistic, and impractical. Okay, so now this just really sounds like there's a person here that is just being really unrealistic. Someone who's they didn't commit to selling their pies. This person doesn't commit in relationships. This is unrealistic understanding, not grounded in reality. Okay, so this has to do with love. This unrealistic, strange type of greed has to do with someone not committing, someone who has this unrealistic view of life, someone who is looking at things idealistic. So, and unrealistic would be to make all these pies and then people just give you money instead of taking a pie, they just give you money. That's unrealistic, but it's also idealistic. Do you see what I'm saying? This person is obsessive and unrealistic. Wow, you're dealing with somebody who is a little bit not right in the head, I'm thinking. And holy moly, I just realized I completely forgot this card. This is the energy that's at the root of everything, Leo, and my apologies for skipping it. Okay, so this is the Six of Spells. The Six of Spells is spells or wands. Okay, so this would be a victory. This is a non-victory. Okay, this is the unmanifested energy of a victory. And let me tell you the story behind this card real quick here. These are all magicians. Now, what happened is that this magician found a wyvern egg that was abandoned. Okay, and even though it's really hard to hatch a wyvern because they're magical, there's a lot of things that have to be done. If you know that, like chickens and other birds, they'd have to turn their eggs, they have to keep them warm. When the babies are born, they have to feed them like every hour. There's all kinds of stuff that you have to do. And it's very difficult to hatch a wyvern egg, and you have to be very good at what you do magically in order to do this. And this magician was able to do it. And just before the wyvern hatched, he called all his colleagues and peers that he could to come and share in the joy of the birth of a brand new baby wyvern. And that's what's going on here. It's a victory celebration. Often the Six of Wands, you'll see the warrior come home and he's got a wreath on his head. But this is different. This is the energy of you doing something very hard that takes a lot of skill, and doing it and having this success, and then having others come and be happy for you. They're not jealous. They are all secure in themselves enough to be happy for this person, instead of jealous or, talking or gossiping about them or not showing up to celebrate. They're all very secure in themselves enough to celebrate this achievement of their peer, their colleague. Okay, this is a rare thing. It's very rare to have a victory where everybody is very happy for you. These guys could see themselves as competitors, and they could be like, well, why does this guy think he's so awesome? I could hatch a wyvern, I just don't have one. Or there's a lot of silly things that people say. So this didn't happen. This victory that could have been a very rare and beautiful victory didn't fully manifest, or the exact opposite happened. I'm feeling like there could have been some sort of victory, and then nobody was happy for this poor magician, and everybody did turn against him, and blah, blah, blah. Wow. Let's see if you've got all the energy that you need here. You've got earth, air, and fire, and water. You do. Okay, so you've got earth, air, fire, and water, all the elements that you need to manifest. If there had been a missing element, I would, let's say it had been earth, I would have said, okay, what you need to do is you need to be more grounded. You need to, but you've got everything working for you. All right, moving on. This is your hope card. You're hoping for justice. This is the huntsman, and in this deck he is justice. This is the equalizer. This is integrity. Okay, this is strength with integrity, because this huntsman, how does the huntsman be justice? Well, I'll explain. Notice that he's got his hand on this doe, because as a huntsman with integrity, he knows not to shoot a doe with a deer, a baby. He knows not to shoot a fawn. Okay, and that's because it's best to allow the doe to raise the fawn, so that one day maybe he'll shoot it, when it comes of age. It's better. He's like this magician, except if he finds any kind of egg, he's going to save it. Do you see what I'm saying? If he finds a baby animal by itself, he's going to raise it and release it. If he sees something trapped that is, it's not You know, he's going to free it. You know, if you know what I mean? He takes life, but he also helps life. He understands that if there's a way for him to help these animals, he should, and he does, because that's integrity. He is the equalizer. He balances out the life and death energies in the forest that he wields. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're hoping for justice in this. Justice. There's a connection between these two because of the saving of the baby animals and this whole attitude here where everybody's happy for him, and when it's in reverse, they're not happy for him, and so you are hoping for some justice. Okay, so this is your current environment. This could be you or someone around you, but this is the forest lord. This is the emperor, Aries energy, fire energy. So this could be an Aries in your life. We've got a boar here next to him, which is the most powerful animal in the forest. This boar can kill anything in the forest, and so this is the sacred masculine energy. This is a supportive masculine energy, a very strong energy. He is everything that is sacred in the masculine energy, such as being protective and supportive, and boss energy, fatherly energy. You know, he cares for the forest a lot the same way the huntsman does, except he does it in a way that's more magical because he is magic. You see what I'm saying? He even kind of looks like this guy a little bit. So also, this is the card for Libra. This is the card for Aries. So these could be people, you know. But right now, if this isn't a person, your masculine energy is very sacred right now. It's in a good place. If he had been upside down, your masculine energy would not be good right now. So I think that you're in a very good place. But there's somebody in your life that is screwing things up. It's somebody that you want them to offer you a cup of love, but they're just, I mean, look at how you are because of all this, Leo. Now this is your fear card, okay? And this is the seeker of challenges, and challenges are swords, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy again, okay? Now this is a troublemaker. This is, as the seeker of challenges, this is the Knight of Swords. In this particular deck, this guy is just itching for a fight. He's looking for a fight. He just wants to fight. And so this is someone with a temper who is short tempered and just, let me just get the book. I can probably put it a little bit more eloquently than, this is a cranky guy here. Okay, aggressive, forceful, skilled at confrontation, sharp-witted, sardonic, loyal in the marital sense, cannot be bribed. Okay, so this is your fear, somebody like this. It doesn't have to be an air sign. It can be someone else. It can be this person who is ridiculous with their greed. Now, here is the outcome, potential outcome, because we have free will. And this is the manifesting energy of the Five of Boons. Man, I have been getting this card a lot for all the signs. Now, this is something, I don't know if you really want it to manifest, okay? This is the story behind this. Okay, let's just start talking about it. These two boys were abandoned in the forest. Kids used to get abandoned a lot in the forest, very much the way dogs and cats and other pets are abandoned in parks and out in the country and all that ridiculousness. But so anyway, these are very sad boys. They, they are really caught up in their sadness so much that they don't see right behind them. They're eating little crumbs, but if they would just turn around, they would see these strawberries are behind them, and strawberries don't grow in the snow. So these are magical strawberries. Okay, if they weren't so caught up in how sad they are and how sad their life is, they could turn around and see the blessings that would lead them all the way to this beautiful little house that I feel like it's their soul family living there, their true family. Maybe there's a couple here that's always wanted a pair of boys, or just children in general, or a very loving couple that has lots of children already that wouldn't mind taking them in. There's all types of situations that could be going on inside this house, and they're good. This is a blessing, but they're too wrapped up in the sadness to see all that. And that's what this is supposed to represent, is the lack consciousness. When you're looking at the glass is half empty instead of half full. They've got this blanket or cloak, but they just need to be more grateful. If they didn't have this blanket or cloak, what would they be like then? If they didn't have these couple of crumbs, what would they have? They'd be even worse off, right? What if they didn't even have each other? There's always something to be grateful for. So if they might look up and look around to be grateful. Say, look at this beautiful place that we're in. Oh my goodness, are those strawberries? And so then one thing gets taken care of is food. They're very hungry, and so they eat all these strawberries and they follow the path, and then the next thing you know, there they go. They've got help. This is also a card of asking for help. This is, in other decks, these are poor people walking out in the snow, walking past a lit up church where they could just knock on the door and probably receive some help, as churches do that. Churches help people. So this is the lack consciousness card, not fully manifested. This is your potential future. Now, it could be that you have to feel this lack consciousness in order to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to be more grateful. I've got a cloak. I've got a couple of crumbs of food. Let me look around and see what else I can be grateful for. And then boom, there it is. Okay? So if you want to go ahead and skip all the feeling really sorry for yourself and just start being really grateful for what you have, that will, because sometimes you have to feel this energy first in order to get the reward, which is this little house in the back. Okay, the blessing, the miracle that is waiting for you. Okay, so stay grateful, and this is what they're saying. Don't get caught in lack consciousness, because it's lack consciousness is what brings stuff like this ridiculousness up. Why not sell your pies? You've got plenty of them, but they don't want to. For what? For what? Lack consciousness, because then we'd have less pies, but then you'd have more money, but then we'd have less pies. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so here's the energy that's at the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy for all of this. This is the wise woman, the high priestess. The first thing I heard about this was secrets. There's secrets. There is a high priestess. Now, either people are talking about this high priestess, or there are secrets going on about this high priestess. Or some people think that this high priestess has secrets. There is a high priestess energy going on here. Okay? And I don't know if this is your energy. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling this as, well, the high priestess is a Virgo energy. She is Isis. Okay, it's a feminine energy, a virginal type, platonic type. What am I trying to say here? This isn't the magician, so it's not like you're trying to manifest stuff, but I feel like there's intuitively there is something that you already know about this, you know? So I feel like this is advice to listen to your intuition more. Okay, now what I'm feeling is that as I read each of these cards, you knew what it was about. You knew what it was about. That's your intuition. Okay? Listen to your intuition. Now let's see what the fairies have for you, and then we'll get you a flower card. I don't think I need to clarify anything with my little clarifiers. This is really self-explanatory here. It's very clear to me. Little fairies. Sweet, cute little fairies. What's up? What's up for Leo? All right. Please give me at least 3 cards. Sweet little fairies. What else do you have to say to Leo? Is there anything that you would like to clarify? Anything that, okay. Anything you would like to reiterate? I have one more card, please. Okay. That's a lot of cards, but they want me to take them. Holy crap. Okay. Let's start reading. Okay, hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expressions can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Yep, hope. Hope is very, very strong. Your hope card is justice. Okay? What you're hoping for is justice. It is right side up. Okay? So you're looking for something to be balanced out. This is what you're hoping for. Some balance here. And so don't lose hope. Be more optimistic. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Yeah, okay, so this is a temperance feeling. This has a temperance feeling to it, card of Sagittarius. This is keeping everything in balance, okay? So you are looking for balance. You are hoping for balance. And so what this is saying is keep things in moderation. Don't be unrealistic. You know, you've got this whole unrealistic thing going on here. Precious time. The Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. Now, what this is talking about to me here is this feeling like you've wasted time. Okay? So, be careful when it comes to time. Sometimes this unrealistic, annoying type of energy here, you shouldn't give it any more time. You need to just let it be. Sometimes there's things that you just have to detach from and move on. Don't give it any more of your time. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have, like this. This is the exact mental block that you need to get out of your head in order to receive abundance. If they don't stop being sad about what they don't have, they won't notice the abundance that they can just turn around and have. Lack consciousness. The glass is half full, not half empty. Okay? Remember that. Abundance. There's enough for everyone. Okay? This is stupid. This card with the ogre wives. It's annoying me. Okay, go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune in to the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. Yes, yes, nature always does help. It really does help. And you know what they're telling me is like this. The judgment to the council of animals is this is part of going outside, but now they've made me show this. Whenever you have judgment and justice together in a reading, there was probably some kind of litigation. Okay, so I feel like the judgment didn't go in your favor, and now you want justice that you didn't get. Go outside and take those feelings and put it into the earth and have it renew. Nature's signs, okay? So when you go outside, nature's signs, be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. Okay, so this is also talking, here's another thing about learning to receive. Okay, mental blocks, release any mental blocks you have. Prepare yourself to receive. This is a block for receiving. And so also look in a book. Okay, look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Yay, I love this one because you could find a lot of insight in a book. And look, this little gnome, he's reading a book to his little son or grandson there. All right, let's see what we've got. This is going a little long. Let's see what the flowers have for you. Oh, wow, okay. I usually ask for only one, and this is what they've given me. And you've gotten, ooh, hibiscus. Beauty and happiness. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Wow, beauty and happiness. Okay, so that's a lovely message. That beauty and happiness, I believe, is coming for you. This is what they want you to focus on. Okay, so especially when you go outside and see the beauty that's out there and look at nature signs, be open to receive. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Now, how much control do you have over this situation? I can gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor. And remember, the major arcana are major messages for you in your divine blueprint. You've got the council, you've got the huntsman, and you've got the forest lord. So that's 3 out of 10 cards. So that means you still have most of the control here. Now remember, this judgment didn't go in your favor. You're still hoping for justice, and you have the masculine, sacred masculine energies working for you currently. So, all right, that's what I have for you at this time, Leo. See you next time.